But you know, sir, I was doing same thing. It was not coming up like this form case tag name and description.
Okay, I mean that is what we are actually meeting now. So yeah, I started my this thing. I'll actually I'm going to meet you and start this discussion. Okay, so the idea is that from the home page or like authorized users, if back office means admin people, whoever is the administrator who has administrator rights, only they should be able to do certain configurations or some modifications in the system. So they come under back office. So here my idea is that we will actually put some, I mean actually we can actually role based stuff is ready made there. I mean we have that implementation in place. Only thing is we need to glue all the components together. For now that is not there. Only as long as you are logged in you can see this. So this is a page, simple page. See the goal of this session is that how do we build a simple user interface, new page, and back to back. I mean, from the page, how you actually push data to database and verify that data is going into database. So that is the entire goal. So what I can do is that let me do a logout. You see here, other small change I have done is that when I log in, here it shows this thing. Okay, hello user and logout. And yes, we need to fix this layout, the styles. I mean, I think earlier it was a little better, but I'm not sure. Okay, so now you understand the requirement. So let me jump into what we need to do now. What I'm going to do is that open. So I'll go with top-down approach. So first what I do is I'll show you where is the JSP page. Okay, because we are using tiles, so we will have header, footer, everything coming into picture. So otherwise, one sec, I'll close this page. So I created a folder within the view. Okay, WebINF views back office, right? Here I have few JSPs, say index.jsp. This is the one that comes up in the beginning, or what I would say when you click on the back office. When I click on the back office, I'm getting this, right? So why am I getting this? Because that's actually is nothing but this index.jsp. Okay, just place simple text. What in order to create a new page, generally like here in our flow, what we need to do is we need to create, or you can just copy paste one of these files like index.jsp and exactly just copy paste everything. Okay, then within this P, whatever this paragraph is there, this here you can put your own stuff. Okay, and because this application now is rendered by tiles, so header, footer will be coming there, and that the styles and all will be in place. Okay, so I think that's first step. First step is how, where you need to add your file and what extra things that you need to do in order to get the layout, right? And also that the page title. Say if I want to show the title, I mean title. Let me go there. Say here it shows as home page, but let me click here. It shows as case type. Okay, so why is that I'm getting as a case type here? The reason is that in the for any page, what we can do is that let me open the case type now. We can actually this is a this message is now we have this is how we put it. The benefit that we get is that this is a localized or internal content. Now for each of the user's language, okay, we can actually set into user's language. So right now this particular thing is called actually internationalization. You see here WebINF I18N. Okay, and here I'm putting this key and value. This is a simple property file, simple text file. Left side of this equal to symbol is the property name and right side is the actual value. So in case of other languages, suppose you are talking about French, so the key will be same and there will be different file altogether, messages underscore f4 or some, based on the locale, you will have different file, and within the other file, for French you will have one different file. For each language you will have a different messages property file, and that will contain the keys will be same in that file, and the actual values will be in the particular language. Okay, for us, we don't need to worry about that particular part. We don't right now, we don't do anything related to other languages, but still our code should be supporting that particular thing. So now, which means that even this kind of text, you see here this text, case type, help category type, this kind of text labels in any page, if wherever you see it, we need to properly put it into messages.properties. Even my file also has the same thing. Okay, so we need to put replace that with, just take this, we can put this, let me take this and say case type, right? Here I put this, and what I can do is that, I'll put the page name view dot case type dot type type dot label. Okay, I put like this. Okay, and now I take this one and put this into messages. Okay, maybe that we need to restart the application. I'm not sure. Our application gets restarted. Let's see. Okay, so now for each specific page, say if now I'm talking about back office, right? So maybe related keys will put them together into one area. In this, meaning if I have another page, I'll leave some space and write, view dot, and okay, and here probably I must be using the back office word as well. Okay, okay, so I'll put the same change into
case type. Yeah.
case data.jsp. No, oh, sorry, it was index.jsp. Okay, it was index.jsp. Okay. So now this is in the presentation part. Here you put remaining code as you need. Okay, and let's say this is the case type. Ha, come on, something is wrong with my Eclipse. Okay, now what are the things that I'm doing here? Okay, this is just clone of, now going forward you can take from you can borrow copy paste this page if you are creating a new form. So first thing is you may need some of the tag libraries. Okay, you need to have this particular part. So tag libraries, what are the things that I have is JSTL core, so suffix prefixed with C. Then the Spring is coming with S. So here we are using it for now for messages. And then farm, this is Spring farm. So the farm colon, this is a very important thing. And then also Spring such as, I'm not sure if I'm using this. Unsec. Okay, one of them is duplicate. Okay, I prefer let's use this. Let's remove that, and I'll make this as a Spring. Okay, now you understand the tag library purpose. So tag libraries have certain functionality embedded. Now we don't need to rediscover that, we can pretty much use it. Okay, one moment. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay. So now, here this is the page, and first thing that I'm doing is actually putting error messages. So there is a div tag. If you look at it, there is a div tag, and here the form related errors should be coming here. We will see how this is going to come. Okay, we will see how this is going to come, right? And then again here I'll tell you, like, more details. Okay, then there is a form. You see this? This is the form. Okay, so now within the form, how we are putting the various elements in the form is that first thing is you need the method action where you are actually going to submit this form. So method is going to be post. Remember this, always method is going to be post. Then there is something called modal attribute. This is very, very important. Okay, this is very, very important. I'll tell you what this will be. Okay,
This is a pain, right?
yeah, it is going to be the, you need to have in the controller as well, you need to have this attribute. It is a bean, it is referring to the bean, but it is actually like in the controller also you need to have this particular thing. Okay, and ID is that, any element generally will have an ID. Okay, so then here div, this is the for the validation purpose. If there is any error, it's going to display, right, for that purpose. But otherwise, one sec, where is it? Yeah, this is,
What is command name?
which one? Command name.
Yeah.
One sec. Model attribute and command name. Defaults to. This is the, okay. Then I think I was wrong. Model attribute and this thing, I think probably this is the one that is referring to the bean. This is the one that is referring to the bean. Okay, I'll get back to you on that. Okay, but I know how it works, but just that certain yeah, this may be duplicate. Model attribute may be duplicate, or like what each attribute is. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so now individual elements. If you look at here, this is where the each individual element is lying. Okay, and here first TD is for the title. Again here what we can do is that we can push this title to the messages.properties file. We should be doing it religiously. For each of the page we need to do that. Okay, and then this is the form element, and here you say that this is not a typical HTML form element. It is little different from that. If you look at, this is a tag, right? Form : input. Okay, path equal to name. Path is referring to it is the path to data binding. Means if you have a Java bean on the server side, this value will go and set into that particular bean. So then remaining properties are kind of simple HTML ones. Type equal to text, class equal to required. This is from a jQuery validation purpose. If the value is not there, then this is going to throw error. Okay, so then that's how other properties are also mentioned here. Now one thing I need to still fix is, basically there are two properties, right? One is name and other one is description. And now this is a submit. So I think here button submit value equal to add case type. I'm not sure if we have any dependency with the name. Okay, add case type is coming here. Let me do some dummy thing. Okay, so it's working. So yeah, it should be and again this text also should be, whatever appears on the screen should be from the messages.properties. That is a blind rule. Okay, so this is on the JSP part. Now the various JSPs that I have added is, one is that index.jsp having links multiple pages. For now, I added that as a placeholder. Back office homepage. You can call that as a back office homepage. And there is a success.jsp. It's a very simple JSP page that I added. Just there is no logic here. Your operation is successful. That is the one that we have
When we
seen here.
enter
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And actually, like the back office operation is coming 2 times, so somewhere something need to be fixed. Okay. Okay. Right. This that's the reason is that let's say duplicate. I am expecting this. So that's actually like if you try to add a duplicate one, this is going to throw DB error. Now that duplication is gone. Okay, so fine. So these are the 3 pages and the JSP part. Okay, clear so far?
yeah.
Any questions? Okay. Rishi, you have anything now? You have any questions, Rishi?
How the values are going to be inserted into the table by using
That's
like
the next step.
okay.
Right, I'm going from JSP part is clear. So now what I did is like I added one back office controller. Okay, and this is a Java file, and also I just added one bean called back office bean. Okay, so now why I added this bean was that just to capture like most of the times the properties are going to be same. What I'm going to, if it is case type or help category type or whatever, it is going to be same type of bean. I mean data will be same. That's the reason I thought maybe we can put one simple bean and capture these details there. So that is the reason I just called it as a back office bean. That is what was running in my mind when I wrote this thing. If you find a reason why you should be having a different bean, we can create that bean. Okay, so right, so now within the back office controller, if I look at it, so what are the things that I did? See, this is what I added. This is a new file, and here what I'm doing is, in the first place, one sec, written back office, yeah. So this is the home page actually. The home page part is in the bottom. And let me push this up. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is that when there is a request, to this, slash back office, when there is a request to the back office, I'm going to show the index.jsp, right? So for that purpose, I just created this action. So if you just type slash back office, you are going to get that. And regarding the model attribute, yeah, so here this is what there is a model mapping between the model attribute and here and there. For now, this is this was the wrong thing. So I mean, in the sense this is actually from the registration page. So and because there is no form in the index.jsp, it was not raising any error. But if you give a wrong bean here, or if you give a wrong attribute here, and in the form the model attribute is different one, it is going to, or if you don't have in the form attribute or model attribute in the form, it is going to throw errors. It is going to throw errors. So ideally, like maybe what I should be doing is this might be, we might be changing it to everywhere to some common bean. BO type. Okay, BO type, and instead of case type, let me put this as everywhere as a bean. Okay, so I'm going to change this particular thing in a few places. Just bear with me. Fine. So now when the initial request is coming to this, so I'm going to show index.jsp, right? And then when you click on, or if you directly hit backoffice/case type, when you hit that URL, you are going to get case type JSP page. How that will be coming? Here you are returning backoffice/case type. Okay, and that gets resolved to within the views in the web folder case type.jsp. Fine. So now this is when this particular JSP gets called, and now we know that the mapping that here the model attribute should be, now I changed it to BO type, right? Yeah. I just want to I just want to have same type everywhere. I mean, if I have help category or something, so then still you will be having the same thing. Same model attribute can work, with just to do a copy paste, and only thing that you need to change is will be here. Instead of add case type, it should be add case type, okay, not case. Fine. So so far, I'm going slowly one step by another step. First is that index page, and then other one is how I add a link to JSP page, how I link my controller and the JSP page, how I link the controller and the JSP page. Now once I submit the form, one moment, as we see the issues, we should be fixing them. Okay, so now when I'm submitting the form, okay, call will be coming back to this page. Now here, what are the things that I have is, see, the model attribute is very, very important thing, okay? Make sure that the value model attribute name that you are specifying here and in the form, that should match. And the bean also, say if you have, within the bean, BO bean, if I have something called name, okay, and in the JSP, if you are going to have a different name, it may throw an error. Suppose if you have something like case type name or something instead of name here, input form, see here. So in that case, it might be throwing up error as well. So make sure that it will be in sync, remember these validations, otherwise it will become a bit messy, and it takes some time to discover what went wrong, right? So once you do that, what happens is that directly Spring is going to read the form from the case type, in this case case type.jsp, okay, and and it will give you a simple bean. Whatever bean you are specifying, all the bean properties will be set, and the bean is with you. Okay, so now you have the data from the user. So what user is trying to do? He's trying to add a new case type. So now, because I have the data with me, so now next step is obviously, now the presentation is over, reading data from the user, from the form is over. Now I have a Java bean. Now what I need to do, the next step is to push that into database. Now how am I doing? I'm just doing, I have I have a back office service. This is a, within the service folder, I added this class, okay, back office service. For everything that we are going to work, there are going to be a minimum of 3 layers. One is the controller, next is service, and next one will be the DAO layer, that is here back office repository. Okay, so now here what I'm doing is, say I'll talk about this in a moment, back office repository. But what I'm doing is, I got this add case type, I got this bean, back office bean, and I know that this is of the type case. So I'm going to create a new case type this I'm just calling case type bean. And what is case type? Case type is a Hibernate model bean. If you notice this is a Hibernate model bean. This is mapped to case type table. Okay, so now I created that, and I'm actually going to save this into database. How am I doing it? I have this data a DAO layer, that is back office repository, and here I'm going to say use Hibernate call, say entity manager dot persist. That's it. It's going to save things for us. Okay, so now if otherwise you modify an existing bean, so what you may be doing will be that in this layer, first you will be getting it from the actual from database. Let me do this dot. Okay, I need to write a method to get me the data in the repository. I mean here, instead of save, I must be writing some other method, say public case type, case type. Say suppose you have the ID or something, okay, integer ID. So here what I may be doing is entity manager dot, you have find, see here. So what I'm going to do is case type dot class, and I'm going to give the ID element, and this is going to execute a query on the database, and I'm going to get the particular case type. So now what you may need to do in the case type is, say in case of editing, what you need to do is you need to actually not just the name and description, but the ID also should be coming from the presentation layer. That means that your back office bean, BO bean, should also have another property called ID. When you are adding it, that value will be there, but when you are editing it, you can use simply the same bean. So the value will be, maybe you can set that as a hidden field in the form. So now this actually makes up most of the flow. Do you have any specific questions? How we need to do these things? How we need to create a page, or how we need to persist that data into database?
Not exactly, but yeah, I understood some. Yeah, lot of it.
Okay, you understood a lot of it. Okay. Now the clarity will be, you will get the clarity only when you can actually really do this.
Yeah. So even though if I get any, if me or Roshi get any problems, you will be available like any day, right?
You can actually just if you do something and you're stuck up somewhere, commit the code, but make sure that you're before committing the code, just make sure that the code is meaningful, you don't have any junk stuff there, and commit it, and just tell me, send me an email. I should be able to sort it out. You can look at the code and say, okay, this is the problem that I was stuck up with, and I have a solution now. You will be able to understand the solution.
Okay.
So the rules are simple. All the JSP pages should be, there should be internationalization. So we need to put proper labels and all. See here, you don't need to treat that I am correct. This labeling somewhere, I think some kind of common nomenclature we can have. Say here, this is back office. So maybe I will have for registration, I will have say registration dot, I'll have whatever properties. Okay, so one sec, registration page. Okay, so that related stuff, maybe a login page variables labels. Okay, and back office labels. Okay, so this is how we need to organize our code. So the labels are important, and then the JSP should be proper. You should not break any of the user interface. Rather, you should think of fixing these things. Right now, the labels, I mean, the menu looks a bit odd. We need to fix that, and how we can do it. Any suggestions in improving the user interface is highly welcome.
Okay.
So this is the page for new case type, and I'm trying to add this particular thing. This is successful. Let me click back and say add again, and now this guy shows up this. And why it is happening like this? Why I'm not able to wrap it? What we need to do is actually we need to wrap this up. Okay, wrap this up, and this is within the DAO layer. This call is being made. Then within the service method, process request. Why did not I get this control? Okay. So I mean, actually we are doing this handling part, exception handling within the controller. Am I not doing it by chance? Oh, okay. Right. These need to be handled. So here the exception is not handled properly. That is the reason we are not getting into this. So rather we need to catch that particular exception. And what that exception is going to be? It is going to be MySQL. No, there will be some Hibernate exception. Okay, we need to wrap that exception and put that into. I think this is handled already in our other page, registration page. If I look at registration page, okay, so here user service is throwing up application exception, and see here this is the part that was missing. Okay, so now what I really need to do is go back here. It was in the service, right? Yep, it was a placeholder dot. Yes, it was in the service. So yep, here try. I'm putting a try block and catch block. Now throw new exception and handle exception type. So I'm going to use throws here, and I'm going to also use in the controller also. It's going to throw that ideally. Yeah, now this controller that should be working fine. I will remove this code. Okay, and I was expecting this code to do something for me. Let me restart this. Okay, do I need debug? Come on. I've overloaded my Eclipse with so many other things. Like I have Spring source, then I have JBoss tools and all, and then I think it's behaving a bit peculiarly. So now you have seen the changes that I have done, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, you must see a message, error message in the page. You must see error message in the page.
What is JBoss, sir?
JBoss is another server.
Okay, I know.
JBoss is a server. JBoss is a server.
Like Apache?
Tomcat, similar to Tomcat. but that is an application server. That is an application server, meaning it is more than Tomcat.
Okay. Higher level.
No.
Yeah.
One sec. How? It's coming back to this page, but why is that I'm not seeing any error? There is a problem. Okay, this is something that we need to fix this as well. In the JSP page, I think there seems to be multiple calls back and forth, and somehow the error message is not printed. So there is a problem around this. See here, it is reflecting multiple times. Okay, but now you understand that, right? What kind of problem that I'm trying to solve. These are the simple things. Okay, these are the simple things, right? And step by step we need to do it. And you should never have, I mean, whenever you think that some work is pending, always try to do this. Okay, what you do is you write a to do in the comment, do it like, you know, to do, and then put your comment, so that we will have, you know, a list of to dos. Actually, like when we run some additional validation code review tools, that they will identify, the tool identifies how many to dos are there, and that will give us, you know, pending work. If we have, if that to do is meaningless, then we will remove it later. But if that to do is a meaningful one and we need to do some change, then we need to do change the code. Okay, so far this is the thing. So now you have, hope you have some decent understanding about how to add a new page, new functionality into OCMS workflow, right? So what are the things that, you know, you have, how do you interact with the database, and how do we create a controller, how do we create a JSP page, right? And so what you can simply do is that, you know, similar to case type, if you look at, you know, there are different things, right? This is case type, and then you have role master. Role master is an independent table. So you can probably, you know, one can create a similar table for role master. There is an organization type. Okay, and for case type also there is a still work pending. Case type, status master, the other beans are also listed here. For case type, I should be able to create a subtype as well. So subtype is nothing but, say, the table has, now I just modified the table. Earlier I had two tables, case subtype and case type. Now there is only single table which has this parent type ID. Means that, you know, say I have education as a case type. Then suppose maybe that, you know, maybe PG financial support or medical financial support, engineering financial support as sub types under education. In that case, what will happen is I will have one row. I think I'll show this. See here, for health, I have education first, you know, the ID number 1. Then heart operation, look at this, kidney. And here what I'm saying is the parent ID is 1. Means heart operation is the type of medical. In the sense the parent is medical, and this is subcategory. So, and suppose you can have any levels now. Within the heart operation, maybe that you want to have a subtype saying that, you know, heart related, you know, reference, a good doctor, or like, you know, maybe hospital or something like that. You know, you can have nested hierarchy of types. Hope this is clear with you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the same logic. I try to put that into multiple places. You look at this organization type or help category type, I'm having the same thing wherever it is relevant. Okay, so now in that case, that the complete functionality implementation is little bit more than what I have done now, and on top of it, the actual functionality that I am expecting here is that, you know, when I click, okay, now it is gone because I shut it down. So right here, this page here, what I really want is I want a table structure to come up with the existing case types and their parent details. So it is going to be a bit of work. It's going to be a bit of work, and then after that, After that, you may be doing, I mean, adding part is, apart from adding, then we need to do some editing part as well. Editing part as well, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yes.
edit logic also we need to build.
And the one you showed, those are the backend screens, or is there anything else?
Which one? Yeah, these are the backend
This
things for
screen.
now. Okay. Once you are done with it, we will actually add more stuff into it.
Okay.
Okay. Why?
So,
The reason, sorry?
yeah, case type is the one we made it. Is it over or?
It is not over. That is what I'm telling you. You need to show up a table. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Rishi
okay.
said like it is like a dynamic data grid. Yes, Rishi. Yes, Rishi. You're exactly right. It is something like the table should be like, a grid, and you should be able to edit the data. Okay.
Oh, there itself.
You do somewhere, it's a back office page, okay? You do there, or you click on there and you open, that right now you are adding the name and these details are there, right? You fill
Yeah,
this
yeah,
data. So you click
yeah.
on the table, okay? Then down you show that, instead of add, now this will be edit case type.
Yes.
Okay. So that's up to us, okay? We need to do, okay? You can't expect, now you need to apply some of your thoughts into it. You understand the functionality to be delivered, right?
Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is the thing, okay? That is it from me. So